This is the Mode 4x4 by Storyteller Overland. It's a 4x4 camper van on the Transit chassis, but they also make a version on these 4x4 Sprinter chassis. So let's go take a look at this one and check it out. The first thing to note on this van is its 4x4 capability. They've taken a standard two-wheel drive Transit van, sent it over to Quigley 4x4 to have it converted so this thing can go pretty much anywhere. Now this is a pretty cool feature, a fold-down table so that when you're outside enjoying nature, you can put your drink and just sit out here, enjoy it, and have a table so you don't have to pack an extra table, because we all know vans like this don't have all that much storage space for extra stuff. At the rear of the passenger side, they have thought to include two 110 outlets so you can power your devices while you're camping. On the driver's side, you have your water connections. This is a freshwater connection to fill your 22-gallon freshwater tank, and a city water connection for those times you do end up at a campground and you can run your line straight up to your faucet. One cool feature they have on both sides of the van are these flares. It allows you to get more sleeping space in a narrow van. They've also included a ladder which takes you up to the roof rack where there is 90 watts of solar. This is how it leaves the factory, but they do wire it so you can add up to 600 watts total. There's a 30 amp shore power connection, but not like you'll really need it. This thing is an absolute beast with electricity, so you can stay off-grid almost indefinitely. One thing I forgot to mention, on the passenger side, there is a Dometic awning with an LED light. But you know what? Let's go inside and take a look. This is pretty cool. I have to say, my favorite feature of this van is the way they've set up the bed. Both sides of the bed fold up, and we kind of have it in what it would look like down, and then this side folded up. They've done this because this back area can turn into a garage. So if you have a motorcycle or something like that, you bring it in, and they have tie downs on the floor where you can strap it down. With the bed down, you can hold up to 800 pounds. And the flooring, when you do bring in something like a dirt bike and you don't want to get your flooring all screwed up, they've actually thought of that and put down VC tile flooring. This bedroom area is also 6.5 feet long. So that gives even some of us taller guys plenty of room to sleep at night because they've put the flares on the outside of both sides of the van. Before I make the bed, let me show you another cool feature. If you stow this mattress, there's a workbench here that you can use for all different types of things. Kate would use it as a stand-up desk. I might use it if I'm working on something like trying to repair something on the motorcycle and I need a workstation. This would be perfect. So let me show you how to make the bed. The bed is held up with these straps. Simply loosen the strap, take it off the hook. The platform comes right down, and there's another piece that slides right in. For ventilation, they've added a window in the bedroom. But you know what? Let's see how comfortable this bed actually is. Plenty of space. If it didn't have these flares on either side, there's no way I could sleep this direction in the bed, but the flares give plenty of room for me. I'm 5'11", if that gives you some idea of how long this bed is. This LED light is also a Bluetooth speaker. You can control it from your phone and select all different colors. So this is kind of a party light at night when you open the door and you're camping outside. So let's talk about storage. On both sides of the van, they have cabinets, and then there is that giant cargo area beneath the bed with tie downs. Each cabinet has a push button lock. And one interesting feature is that they've lined all the cabinets. I think this is great to keep things from rattling while you're driving down the road. Before we move on, there is an AC unit above my head, LED lights across the ceiling, and a small microwave. So we've seen the bedroom, a lot of the features, but would you believe me if I told you there was a shower and toilet in here? There is. Let me put up the bed so we can get a good shot of it. So here is the bathroom. Still don't believe me? Let me put it together. First step is this bench actually folds forward, and then you lift up a cover to the toilet, which is also a wet bath. And for that wet bath, here are all the shower components. This arm comes out, there is a curtain that goes around, and here is your shower nozzle. And here it is, toilet and shower. Now let's check out the rest of this camper. This bench seat has two 3-point harness seat belts that have been pool tested, so you can carry 2 children, 2 adults back here with you when you go camping. And when you get to the camp spot, sleeping for 2 adults in the back, 1, maybe 2 adults on this bed, or 2 kids. Let me show you how this works. This is the bench seat before it's made. It folds out using 3 sections. This bottom section folds forward, this folds down, and this folds back to make the bed. You know, this is actually surprisingly comfortable, and I have plenty of room. I don't know if you could get 2 adults on here, but definitely 2 kids if you wanted to. They also have these small pads that go in here to kind of extend the width of the bed for you. When you do put this up, this all comes up, and then the bench slides back up against the wall, so you have plenty of space to walk by. But the coolest feature about this bed is it's not only a bed, it's also a lounge area. So just lift this up to any angle you like, kick your feet up, grab a good book, glass of wine, and just enjoy the view. In the kitchen, there is a 1500 watt induction stovetop, a stainless steel Dometic sink, refrigerator, and all of the light switches. There's also additional storage along with a 110 outlet. At the front of the camper van, both of these chairs flip around to form kind of like a living area with an adjustable lagoon table. I really like this setup because you can leave your bed in the back made during the day and use this as a dedicated work area, have your meals, or just hang out with friends. So you've got a 4x4 camper van, which means you may want to go up to some cold climates. So let's talk about the heater. This uses a glycol loop in the floor that can be heated in multiple ways. The first is that there's a heat exchanger that comes off the engine that can heat the glycol. The glycol also runs through a furnace, which is either fired off of the gas from your gas tank, or if you're at a campground and you're plugged into shore power, you can heat it through electricity and save your gas. Here are the brains of the operation, the control panel, but most importantly, the Volta power system. I mentioned all of these cool items in here, like the 1500 watt induction stovetop. That's all powered through the lithium ion battery system, which has about 8,700 usable watt hours in it. It is recharged by solar on the roof, as well as an 8,000 watt secondary alternator. All the power gets to the devices through a 3.6 kilowatt inverter. Now on the passenger side is where they keep all those batteries. There is a 110 outlet along with 2 USB ports and a 12 volt outlet. On the driver's side is the 22 gallon freshwater tank paired with a 22 gallon gray water tank and an outdoor shower. Now one thing to note, this is a 4-season camper. The water tank is inside, all the water lines are inside. The only thing that is outside the van is the gray water tank, but they do heat that with a glycol loop from the heater. Coming from someone who misses his garage now that we're living full-time van life, I really love the fact that this becomes like a small garage for me. I can see myself putting a dirt bike back here, having a little workstation and that, and then converting it back to a bed at night. Okay, so the part you've all been waiting for. How much does this thing cost? Well, the Storyteller Overland Mode 4x4 is $153,000, and that is for both the Mercedes Sprinter version and the Ford Transit version. They come equipped as is, There are no options, so you get what you see. I love this thing because you can take it just about anywhere, go up to the mountains, go up to the snow, and then use it as your daily vehicle during the week because these are really comfortable to drive. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to check out more cool content, head over to we'retherussos.com. We'll see you next time. Bye.